Well, good morning. I ended up last night doing a den tour. How about that? I just did my soaps because it took a while and it was late, and so I had to quit. But one of the soaps that I couldn't show you was the one today because it was in my tub of Lather Games soaps, and this is hard to find or Unobtainium day for the Lather Games. And this is Gold Label Shire from Mammoth soaps. It's hard enough to get Shire. It's even harder to find Gold Label, and I was just privileged enough to obtain one as a used soap, and it has become maybe my favorite scent. I just so enjoy it. Hard to find on the interwebs also is a GHuck White Knght knot. And Bristle Brush Works, I believe, is what he does. But I believe this was a custom, and so it's not under the Bristle Brush Works officially. But it's a GHuck brush, and it's the White Knght, and it's a wonderful, soft knot, and it's big too. It's like 30 millimeters. The razor is also very hard to get. The UFO Calibri handle is not easily obtained, but there's some out there. But mainly, this is the Hybrid Tech, the Gillette Hybrid Tech. It's very hard to find. And so that's why it is the razor for today. And of course, we're going with the Nacet blade. 283 is the number for today's shave on the Nacet. Let me get this brush back in the water. This holds a ton of water. Big old brush. Now, you saw the envelope, but where's the Nacet, right? Well, every once in a while, I need to keep it clean. And so I've had it soaking for a few minutes in this hydrogen peroxide. I would have gotten some rubbing alcohol. Need to add that to my shopping list because of COVID. Rubbing alcohol is really hard to come by. And I don't think I have any on hand. There we go. So we rinse the blade off, and we'll just take a second to orient it for you guys. There's the 3 dots. I'm really happy that the peroxide doesn't dilute or rinse off the 3 dots. So let's go ahead and load it up. So recently you saw me use on the Lather Games a razor that had this same raised flat bottom, but it was an open comb, and this is solid bar. That's what makes this thing special. This was the only one that was a raised flat bottom that had a solid bar. It's got a groove in the top, just kind of like the News. Nice solid, probably rhodium plated, I think. And we're going to put the blade on the top cap there, and then put on the base plate and the handle. Perfect alignment every time. And as the post shave, we're going to keep with rare and hard to find things, and I wanted to go unscented, so maybe I should use my Soap Commander Integrity Balm. However, this guy right here, really hard to find. This is the liniment from L&L Grooming, and Southern Paradise is the scent. I think Shire is going to be such a muted scent that it may not last too much longer than the shave anyway, so I went ahead and went with the liniment. L&L Grooming, of course, went on to become, changed the name to Scott Stewart's, Declaration Grooming. All right, get my face wet. We'll do a standard 30-second load just to make sure. It's a big brush, and so sometimes you can reduce that load time. Oh, the scent of that tobacco. Oh, and the greenery are just coming up to me. Man, that's so good. I may have shaken out a little too much water, but I think we'll be all right. 50 is rolling around right there, so we'll go to 20 on my little counter. This handle is, as you can see, chubby, and it is not ergonomic at all. And I've got big hands. Now, maybe guys with medium size or smaller hands can hold on to this thing real easy, but as I'm a bowl latherer, suds get all up in this handle, and it really, because it doesn't have contours. Now I'm going to go 2 seconds more since I picked the brush off the soap and showed it to you guys. Yeah, see, interesting. This is what happens when I shake out too much water. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but see, it's a lot creamier. Not nearly as much froth. And that's something you can choose for yourself. Experiment it with it both ways. Sometimes there is a balance. If you don't put on enough water, then it doesn't pick up soap too well unless it's just a really scritchy brush. But it needs a little bit of water to kind of activate the soap and pull it out and bring it to the surface so the brush can pick it up. If you add too much, that can kind of get in the way, especially with some soaps. I came at Roger Quintero lather bowl, brush rest, spines in the middle, lump in the middle as well. Don't underestimate that guy. He keeps brushes from sinking down, and he offers a nice agitation. Also an inturned lip at the very top of the bowl. Very good thing. Now, because I didn't have as much water in the brush, I'm going to be a little quicker to start adding water now. Just go ahead and throw in 1 teaspoon. So, right now my Dentour video is concatenating. My phone had to split it up into 2 parts because the first part got to maximum size. So it's long. It's long, and so it's not for the faint of heart. I had 2 very long tubs, kind of like the kind that go under your bed. And then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 other kind of normal sized totes, usually having about 18 soaps each. And so you'll be able to, I started out thinking I'm not going to announce, all the soaps, because I've seen some other Dentours where the guy just kind of panned across stuff. And that's what I thought I would do at first, but then I just started naming them. Maybe that'll help some folks, because who knows, if I pan too quickly or the camera happened not to be on good focus or something like that, at least you know. I don't think there are too many that I didn't name. Most of them I got used, almost all of them really. And this lather's just looking terrific. Ben is the guy behind Mammoth Soaps, and he has a great soap base. And see, here we go. We've got this soap creeping up, and see, there's not really, you can see that there's really not very much contour here. There's not really much to hang on to when it gets slippery, and it definitely will get slippery as we get more volume to the lather. And so, while I love the Knot, I may rehome it into a different handle. I love the Tortoise kind of coloring and stuff of this handle, but it's just such a chore to try to hang on to during the lather building process. We've got 4 teaspoons of water in the lather. Oh man, that's nice. as I'm rinsing my fingertips here, before I grab my syringe, I am greeted with super slickness. Very, very nice. So one of the long tubs is one that I started populating when I first started gathering up soaps. And I realized, hey, I need something more than like a paper bag or something like that. And so in some ways, parts of my organization system are date oriented. Now, certain pieces grew in brand, and so I do have a dedicated Sterling box, a Declaration Grooming box. And then we've got others that, a Bear Stearns Man box. I think those are the three that have their own box because I have so many soaps from each of those makers. Not very elastic quite yet, although it looks really good. It looks just creamy, beautiful. We are in a little bit of a time crunch now, so I don't think I'm going to fine tune this lather perfectly. Just try to come close and then roll with it. It was nice, and I'm glad I spent the time to do the den tour because it gave me a little bit of an opportunity to just see some soaps that I hadn't used in so long. Also helped me to just bring them together. There are a few of them that just had spread around in different places. I'm still missing a couple. All right, yeah, let's go with this. A lot more elastic after I added that teaspoon, isn't it? All right, so 5 teaspoons plus a half. So 5.5 teaspoons, 30 seconds of loading. Get my face wet. I think 24 hours approximately since my last shave. And as you probably know, this is the water here is hard. I do have to deal with that. All right. Probably need to add more water to my face here, but we'll see. Big and soft. He splays a little bit pretty easily, and so I don't really feel the need to push hard into a big splay, and that's something that's probably in common with the larger knots. It's not cloud soft like a, silver tip from Whip Dog or a Kent brush or a golden nib silver tip. But very nice. With the bigger brushes, the center often is, with the denser brushes, the center often there is evacuated of soap pretty quickly, and so I just wipe from the side onto my face and then press the center on top of that blob. And that's pretty common with a lot of the dense brushes. Yeah, I do need to add more water. Added a lot to it. Kind of spilled out a little bit. That's what a good soap does. It can take a lot of water and keep on going. A really good soap like this one can take a lot of water and then get even better. And this, as you can imagine, I mean, the handle is just completely covered in suds. So it is difficult to hold on to. Definitely a finger workout with this handle. I mean, I guess this is a handle made for face latherers. All right, we've given the lather some time to work into our skin, so let us move on. Man, that lather is slick. I feel so good. All right, hybrid. Let's see how you do. I haven't used it with the Nacet. Maybe 60 shaves. Right around maybe 120, the Sheraton that I had been using was starting not to feel quite right. So I started looking for another razor, and I found the Timeless 68 open comb, which did me very well for a few dozen shaves, maybe all the way up to 200. And this is comfortable. I mean, not really any tugging at all. That's remarkable. Hopefully it gives me a good close shave. Okay, let's take our goatee lather, put it on the tough spot, maybe do a little slant stroke to try to get close in that area. And a little half rinse. Man, that feels good. Just nice, slick, slight bit of viscosity, just to kind of add a luxury bit of feel. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse this handle off. Start off with a little better grip. Don't need to scrub like this on this second and third passes. I just enjoy feeling the brush, so I do it anyway. But I am in a hurry, so let's go ahead and lay down that pass there. Nice and thin layer. As always, it does not have to be, should not be thick Santa's beard kind of stuff. So I used my Gillette Tech recently, and it was giving me similar comfort. And sure enough, it did not give me as close of a shave as I usually want in my trouble spot. But it was still quite workable. Most jobs would not, have a problem with that level of closeness at all. Okay, very nice. Now, I'm about to do my third pass, and so what I'm going to do is take some of the goatee lather, and then this is the stroke I'm going to do on the third pass. So let's kind of do it twice here, and let's see if maybe we can increase that efficiency. And I didn't feel any irritation at all. Sometimes I have a slight bit of against the grain when I make that stroke, and it can stir up some irritation. Skin just feels silky smooth because of the lather is just so good. Mammoth is hard to come by. I did get almond leather as well. I just kind of got lucky. Right place, right time. Otherwise I wouldn't have any. So this is the third pass. Man, so 30 seconds is plenty with this brush. I could probably go down to 15 seconds. Okay, now third pass. Same as the second in terms of what I do on the cheeks. Now that's just me. Your pattern may be very different, and that is just fine. Kind of the way it should be, really. I don't go against the grain. I could go ATG on my cheeks if I wanted to, but I get really close shaves on my cheeks. You know, they're a convex surface, and so blades are able to get to them pretty easy. Now here's that same stroke that I did just a second ago on the touch-up, and so because I'm doing it twice, maybe this will help me get some good results, good closeness. All right, that'll do, donkey. Full rinse now. Are we moving? Well, I hit the button. I don't know if I actually turned it off or turned it back on. I know that I'm rolling now. You may have had to watch me or listen to me as I was cleaning, putting away things, that kind of thing. I'm sorry if that's the case. As a Southern boy, I enjoy a good cup of sweet tea, and this is a good scent. It's going to last me a little while. I'm going to enjoy this this liniment. And the Shire was amazing. The lather was so good, slick, luxurious, big time, and that's just terrific. A good reward for all those guys who are able to secure a tub of Mammoth soaps. And I believe I don't want to miss the elephant in the room. I just learned recently, and I think it's something that I knew but forgot. But the reason he goes with this elephant logo is because he's addressing the phrase "the elephant in the room," like I just did. Human trafficking is an issue that's really near and dear to his heart, and so I believe the proceeds for the sale of his soaps go to help in that regard. And so that's pretty awesome. And I've dealt with him a little bit. I actually bought one of my Wolfman razors from him, and he's a really good guy. Really happy to have him in our shaving world. You know, pretty cool. All right, well, we're just happy and good. The closeness. Let's see how everything ended up. Oh, nice. Okay, some guys complain about tugging after 3 shaves with a blade. And there's a period where I have definitely gotten tugging with this razor blade. But in this handle right here, I mean, in this razor head with the hybrid tech, it was no tugging at all, no discomfort. An enjoyable shave. I kind of didn't feel the blade. I did feel something moving across my face, but it didn't resemble a blade, but it was doing a great job of cutting. And to do so at this many uses is just crazy. It really is nuts. All right. Well, I'm really surprised at the closeness right here in my trouble spot. Oh, pardon me. Love the white Knght. I'm going to find a new handle for that, I think. Love the hybrid. Love the soap. Wonderful. Love the liniment. It's a great shave all around. I sure hope that you guys get something out of this video. I hope that it helps you out. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. You take care. Have a good day.